Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Broncos Boomers. On tonight's show, Nix in a fight, Broncos lose a linebacker, and Von Miller signs with a team, and so much more. Stay tuned, let your comments be heard in the chat, and let's get the show on the road.
Welcome to Broncos Boomers.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being in the show. We're a little earlier, half hour earlier. Why? Because the Broncos game starts at it starts at 6 o'clock my time, which means if I would start the show at 5, then the show probably would not end prior to the game being on. So I wanted to make sure that if this show went an hour and a half, it would end and conclude by the time the Bronco game started at 6 o'clock my time, Pacific time. So the Bronco game is 6, 7, 8, 9. You want to hear something crazy? So the game starts at 6, but I live in Southern California, which is a communist state, and they're delaying the game because the Jets and the Steelers are playing right now. So the game is being recorded, and then I get to see it at 7 p.m., an hour after it's already started. So, hey, at least it's on NFL Network, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy the way the NFL does things sometimes. It just drives me nuts. Absolutely drives me nuts. All right. Hope everyone had a great week last week. I'm going to recap the game a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit briefly about tonight's game, what that means for Bo Nix, the ankle, all of that. That'll be coming up as well. Hope, like I said, hope everybody had a great week. Holy smokes! If any of you are in tremendous amount of heat, I know it's pretty much nationwide, but we being Southern California, between LA and San Diego. I'm in between the two of them, and I'm more east. And we are going to hit triple digits for the next 10 days. Today's the coolest day, and today's 99. Or maybe it did get to 100. I'm not sure. But we're going to be close to 103, 105, 107, 106. It's crazy. Anyways, I feel sorry for any of you, especially my heart goes out. Seriously. My heart goes out to any of you who live in the flooded areas of the east. Anything that's going on there with the heavy rains and all the flooding, and my heart goes out to you. Really, really do wish you all the best. My thoughts and prayers definitely for those folks out there and those people. So, yeah, definitely, really, really hope everyone stays safe and things can somehow, some way come back to normal. All right. Wesson Yates says, hi. I said, what is up? Thank you so much for joining in the chat. Appreciate it. Means a lot, guys. When you guys are in the chat, then there's dialogue. You know, I mean, I can't hear you audibly, but I pick up your comments. We read them. I read them. We discuss it, and it's a good thing. We go back and forth, so it's really good. All right. Very first topic, a couple of topics before I get into the main topic. I want to recap the Broncos-Falcons first preseason game last week. Denver Broncos first preseason game win as planned. Well, without Bo Nix. And what's the word I'm looking for? Not elated. I mentioned, put it that way. I mentioned that last week about why I thought that Bo Nix didn't play. I thought a lot of it had to do with the ankle, that Sean Payton just wasn't comfortable with Bo Nix's ankle on AstroTurf. And then my comment was, okay, well, what about the games he plays during the season on AstroTurf? Aren't you going to be concerned then? Okay, let me continue. Without Bo Nix last game. Stidham opened as a starter and led the Broncos to a 27-7 win at Atlanta. Now, the defense was really solid that game. And the defense is just solid, period. And we've added some pieces on offense and we've added some pieces on defense. But the defense is solid. Absolutely. If it's not number one or number two, it's got to be in the top three. No doubt. In my opinion, it's the best in the league. And by some other people as well. That being said, the offense looked good. Cortland Sutton made a one-handed catch over his shoulder and then fell down on the defender. And what a great catch. What a great catch. And that was from Jarrett Stidham. Now, was Jarrett Stidham fantastic? No, but he didn't need to be. It's preseason. You want to see what you have at backup quarterback. Now, I talked to Madungus Creevy, and he can't stand Jarrett Stidham. Why? Because we didn't go to the Super Bowl last year after we lost to the Patriots. Hey, Madungus, did you hit your head or something? Seriously? Because you wanted the Broncos to go to the Super Bowl with Jarrett Stidham as quarterback against the Seattle team who destroyed New England? That's what you wanted? Not this guy. Not this guy. Okay. Now, if Bo Nix was a quarterback back then in that game, yeah, I would have definitely wanted to be in the Super Bowl. But you have Jarrett Stidham who can't even beat the Patriots, and you want him, and you're pissed off because he didn't win that game and take us to the Super Bowl against the Seattle Seahawks? But Dungus, you've lost your freaking mind. You've lost your mind. We would never, ever have beaten Seattle with Jarrett Stidham last year. Ain't no freaking way. Anyways, I digress. I'm sorry. I digress. All right. EB Ree. Okay, say greeting from Russia. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Greetings from Russia. You know what? I don't normally do this, but I am going to screen capture that because you are the very first person to ever be in the chat from Russia. I thank you so much. Thank you so very much for being in the chat. That means a lot. It really does mean a lot. And I hope you really enjoy the show. And I hope you stick around. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, subscribe. Costs you nothing. So please subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Like I said, it costs you nothing and means the world. Things like this from Russia. Wow. What time is it there? I know England is 8 hours ahead of California. What's Russia? What time is it in Russia? If it's what is it here? It is, where's my time here? It is I'm sorry, my fault. 4:38. So call it 4:40. 4:40 in Southern California. I really like to know what it is in Russia. And wow, thank you so much for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Wow, I'm honored. I really am honored. Thank you so much. All right, moving on. The victory in the preseason last week by the Broncos, 27-7, did not come without another injury. This one, don't know if he'll be back, but it all depends on how the surgery goes or surgery went and how the rehab goes. Here it is. With the Broncos win, it came at a price. Inside linebacker Lavelle Bailey suffered a broken leg, per Mike Kliss of 9 News. Bailey had surgery and will miss extensive time. What's extensive time? I don't know. It could be 8 games, 10, 12. I'm thinking you got 2 more preseason, counting tonight. You got a game tonight. You got a game next week. Then there's a bye. Then the season starts. So theoretically, he broke it last week. So he's got this week, next week, the bye week. The start of the season is the 4th week. If he comes back after 2 months, 3 months, If he comes back after 2 months, that'll be week 4. Comes back after 3 months, that's week 8, halfway through the season. Could that happen? Absolutely, it could. Do I think it will? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how his body's going to heal. I have no clue. But I'll tell you what, he's going to want to get back as soon as possible. That's for sure. Because, hey, you don't ever want to have an injury, period. But in preseason, very first game of preseason, and now you can't start the season with these guys that you worked all the offseason with and all that. Yeah, I know he wants to be out there. But the doctors aren't going to rush him. That is for sure. They're not going to rush him. So I wish him all the best. I hope he gets back soon. But the Broncos are deep. The Broncos are deep at inside linebacker. But still, you just don't want to see one of your guys go down. You really don't. Hey, Rudy Torres, my brother-in-law out in South Carolina. Hey, man, is it raining out there? You guys still above water, so to speak, literally, hopefully, and figuratively. Yeah, hope everything's going well, man. He says, hey, buddy, I'm here. Glad you're here, Rudy. Hey, by the way, look in the chat. We had that person right above you, EBRE, says, greetings from Russia. That is so cool, man. That is so cool. I'm overwhelmed. I absolutely am. We've had people from Australia, Canada, England, France, Germany, but never from Russia. That is so cool. That is so cool. So cool. As you can tell, I'm giddy. Things like that just because I don't take it for granted. I don't take any of you guys being in the chat for granted. None whatsoever. Absolutely. You guys have your own life to live and you take the time to want to be here. That means a lot to me, man. It means an absolute lot. Means a lot. Absolutely. You know what I meant. This 68-year-old tongue's getting all twisted. Anyways, all right. Okay, now the main topic is Bo Nix and Nik Bonitto get into a fight at training camp? Uh-oh. What the hell happened? I'll get into that. Here we go. Last Tuesday, at Broncos practice, Bo Nix was involved in a player's fight. Here are the details. Okay? Denver Broncos quarterback Bo Nix and edge rusher Nik Bonitto ignited a massive training camp brawl during Tuesday's practice after escalating tensions between the offense and defense boiled over. What? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Time out. I'm throwing the red flag. I'm doing whatever I got to do to stop this thing. Bo Nix, dude, you're coming off of an ankle break. You've had surgery. You are recovering. Why are you in a fight? A fist fight? A huggy, kissy, roll around the ground floor like you're, wrestling or something fight? No, not any of those. Okay, hold on. Let me continue. The fight, described as the most heated of a Sean Payton era, began when Nix was knocked to the ground on a practice sack. Now, for those of you who may not know what a practice sack is, that means you run up to him and you grab him. And you act like you're going to take him down, but you don't hit him. Okay, well, here we go. After began when Nix was knocked to the ground on a practice sack. So apparently they didn't hang on to him. I continue. Angered by the illegal quarterback contact, Nix threw the football at defensive tackle Malcolm Roach. What's it got to do with it? Hang on. In frustration, a few plays later, after Nix threw an interception, oh boy, here's where the defense is going to get into it. A chaotic scrum broke out among the linemen. What the heck's the lineman got to do with the interception? All right. Nix charged into the fray and yanked Bonitto by the leg to pull him off the pile, which infuriated Bonitto and forced teammates to physically restrain him. Holy crap. What the heck? Seriously? So Bo Nix gets knocked down. I got more to go on this. So Bo Nix gets knocked down. He doesn't was it a hard hit? Probably not. So why is Bo Nix getting all butthurt? That's what I want to know. Dude, don't do anything to hurt your freaking self. You're trying to get back. Not back on IR. You're trying to get back on the field. Hello? Wake up. But you rush in, and now you grab the football. Before I get to that, you grab the football and you throw it at Malcolm Roach. And then the next play, there's an interception, and now everybody goes crazy. And now you're pulling Nik Bonitto off the pile? Who hit you? Who knocked you down? Nik Bonitto? Probably, because that's who you went after. Although you threw the football at Malcolm Roach, which means that both of them were coming in. I don't know. And now you got this big scrum. And dude, don't break your hand. Don't injure yourself. All right, where's the leadership in this? Where is the freaking leadership in this? Where's Sean Payton going? Hey, stop. Enough's enough. You get to your corner. You get to your corner, and I'm settling this thing. I know that Vance Joseph got into the head of Nik Bonitto. I know he reamed him a new one because I read that, and he reamed him a good one, and that will not happen again. But it did happen. And it could have gotten a lot worse than just disagreements on an elevated level. Let me continue. The instigation, linebacker Nik Bonitto and lineman Malcolm Roach collapsed the pocket on a play, violating practice rules by making contact and forcing Bo Nix to the turf. That's why Nix went after Malcolm Roach, because they both came in, and apparently Malcolm Roach hit him. Let me continue. The escalation. Following a subsequent interception, Bonitto jumped onto the resulting pile. Nix immediately targeted Bonitto, aggressively pulling him out of the scrum by his leg. I don't think Bonitto really liked that too well. I really don't think we like that too well. On Vance Joseph, defensive coordinator, of course, listen to what he had. This is what this said. Acknowledged the competitive fire, but firmly protected his franchise quarterback. Joseph made it clear that defenders crossed the line, stating, "We don't want anyone near Bo." End quote. Exclamation point. Done. Stop it. Don't even do it. Why would Nik Bonitto even think it was okay to do what he did, or Malcolm Roach to think it was okay to do what he did? No, they wear a different colored, well, they have the same jersey, but they wear like this, I don't know, kind of a tank top. No, not a tank top. Kind of a vest, kind of like a vest thing or something hanging over or put over top their shirt so that everybody knows that you don't hit me. Hello, stupid, don't hit me. I mean, how long has Nik Bonitto and Malcolm Roach played in this freaking league? How long have they played in the league? That they're, what, they just brain dead? They just forgot? I don't get it. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. I mean, back in the day, I remember back in the day, they never had nothing like no red shirt thing. They put in a, dude, you wore the jersey like everybody else. And if you were a quarterback, you got hit like everybody else. practice or no practice. Oh, dude, practices would be beat down. You didn't want to, you didn't want to knock your own players out, but you just didn't, you didn't want to play light. You didn't want to play flag football. You didn't want to play two-hand touch. You didn't want to play kissy, smoochy, smoochy. You didn't want to do that. You wanted to hit them because you wanted the game feeling action. Not today. Not today. Back in the day, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh my gosh. I mean, of course, you couldn't watch practices. They didn't have the internet, so you couldn't see the practice. But they would show them on the news, on the 10 o'clock news or 11 o'clock news or whatever. They'd put it up there and they'd say, and in the sports today, the such and such a team, it went 7-on-7 or 8-on-8. And yeah, it was crazy. And they would knock the quarterback down. Seriously, there was no protection. They had to know what it felt like during the game. Just saying. But now the NFL's got a little bit soft. A little bit soft. Hey, I know you're trying to err on the side of safety. I get it, especially with the CTEs and all that. I totally understand. I get it. I'm totally in favor of the way the NFL is trying to protect these players. I really am. I'm just saying, back in the day, man, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And the helmets weren't like they are today. I mean, they had padding, no kidding. And I'm not talking to Mudungus thinks I was back there when they had the leather helmet. No, I wasn't back there when they had. No, I wasn't back there when they had leather helmets. I guarantee you. Anyways, all right. I move on from that main topic, but it just gets me, man. Why are you fighting? Why are you angry? Take the high road. Be the freaking leader. Be the leader. Have people look up to you and say, wow, he handled that great, man. I mean, he could have gotten pissed off. I mean, did he step on your ankle? No, it didn't say that. Just said it knocked you down. Didn't say hard. Just said it knocked you down. Don't cry, Bo. It's okay. Don't cry. I mean, come on. Be the leader that you are supposed to be. You're the quarterback. Be the leader. Show the example. Don't stoop to their level. They hit you, bounce right back up, tap him on the helmet and say, hey, I wouldn't advise you doing that again. That's not the way it's supposed to be, dude. No, don't pick up the football and throw it at a player and then drag another player off a pile by his leg. You could have dislocated his ankle. Oh, there's an ankle thing again. Or you could have dislocated his knee or twisted his knee or done major damage to him. What are you guys thinking? That's the key. You're not thinking. That's the key. You're just not thinking. All right. I'm moving on. I'm going to be way, way ahead of the Bronco game coming on, but that's totally fine. We're not even a half hour into the show, and it's moving along fast, guys. It's moving along fast. Not so much because I don't have topics, because I do. It's just sometimes that's what happens. Some nights it goes an hour and a half. Sometimes it goes 45 minutes to an hour. Sometimes it all varies. It just all varies. All right. The Denver Broncos have signed a safety. Justin Simmons? No. Nope. Sorry, guys. Not Justin Simmons. Much as I would love that, not Justin Simmons. But the Broncos did sign a safety. Here it is. Denver Broncos have signed added depth at safety. According to multiple reports, Taylor Rapp has signed as of yesterday. Rapp last played for the Buffalo Bills before being let go this offseason. I think that's a great addition. And the main reason why I think it's a great addition is because he has NFL experience. Now, he may not have a whole lot of it. He played for Buffalo the past 3 seasons. He's basically a utility guy. Guy comes in and plays certain downs and whatnot, fills in. He's not gonna supplant um, anybody in the future on the Broncos, but just being there as a utility guy, helping out. That's what we need. We need the depth. We need the depth at certain positions. We have depth in linebacker. We have depth at running back, wide receiver. We have depth at corner. You can't get enough depth. Why? Because things are going to happen out of your control. You need to be able to plug people in that know how to play the game, that know your system, that know what you want to get done, how you want to get it done. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's why you need experienced players. And if they come from another team, now Buffalo let him go because they just said they just wanted to move on. Denver picked him up. Why not? Why not? See what he can do in our system. Absolutely. All right. Going back to the chat. Martin Mile High 303 says, hi. I said, what is up? Follows it up by saying, wish I could afford to go to a game. Yeah, I know. I totally agree, man. I totally agree with you. Tickets are expensive. Tickets are expensive. And I've noticed that whatever sport, if the team, this is obvious with any sport, if the team's doing well and they're winning, then prices seem to go up because it's supply and demand. Well, with the Broncos, it's a whole lot deeper than that. It's not just the fact that the Broncos are winning with Sean Payton, Bo Nix, and company. It's the Broncos ownership group. It's the Broncos' willingness to spend money to bring in a player like Waddle, or to say we're going to build a new stadium and then go out and actually pursue it, buy the land, and do what needs to be done to build it. That's why it is so exciting to go to a Bronco game. That's why the prices are high, because it's the supply and demand. You have season ticket holders and you have thousands on the waiting list. And with thousands on the waiting list, let me put that back up so everybody knows what we're talking about. With thousands on the waiting list, it limits the amount of open seats for every common folk that don't have season tickets. So yeah, the prices are steep. I wish I could afford to go to a game too, but here's the good thing, Martin. I'm going to tell you this. The really good thing though is that you have a television and you have access to watch the Broncos games on TV. I know it's not the same, but at least you still get to see the game. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Let's see. Martin follows it back up by saying, checked all the home games and they are all like $300 a ticket. Yeah, I know. I know, man. I know. Yeah. Walmart money. No kidding, man. No kidding. Oh, but speaking of Walmart, my wife, she is found out here in Southern California, probably elsewhere. I don't know, but I only know here. So, she doesn't really like going to Walmart because, it's Walmart and it's a lot of people and it is what it is. So she thought, well, let me see what this whole buying something there and then have it delivered. I wonder how much that costs. Well, we're only 2 miles from Walmart, so or 2.5, something like that. So anyway, so she thought, well, let me see what that's like. So she was gonna do the delivery, but they wanted every time they wanted almost $10 to deliver, and it's only 2.5 miles. Holy smokes, I just go get it. But she pays a certain amount. It's very nominal. I don't think it's all that much. Maybe $29 a month, $39 a month or something. And it's called the Walmart membership. And when you do that, then when you order something off of Walmart and they bag it for you, whatever, they bring it to your house for free. And you get certain points for using it and they get discount stuff. So, hey, we are supporting the Denver Broncos, not only by jerseys like this or, a banner up here or whatever else that I got going on, this Bronco stuff. Well, we're supporting them with our membership and buying things from Walmart. So there you go. We are supporting them. So yeah, when you say Walmart money, and you're absolutely right, because Walmart money also comes from my money. My money that my wife spends at Walmart. So we're supporting them. That's good. All right. Yeah, Martin, especially if they do that PSL, personal seat license, in case you guys didn't know. Woo-wee! Martin says he wishes he could go to the games, but they're priced around 300. And then he comes on and says, well, I'll be watching the game in front of my 75-inch TV. Okay, that's about, there you go, man. Now you got the whole stadium right in front of you. The whole field and stadium right in front of you. There you go. Martin says he gets Walmart deliveries for groceries at Sam's Club. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. See, you're supporting the Broncos too. That's what we all need to do in Broncos country. Is support the Broncos. Buy the merchandise, go to the games if you can afford it, or buy a 75-inch TV like Martin and sit home and support him by ordering groceries from Walmart. It ain't getting no better than that, dude. It don't get no better than that. Oh, by the way, Martin, did you get your 75-inch TV from Walmart? Because if you did, cha-ching into the Walton Penner ownership group bankroll. Just wondering. Just wondering. Also, what kind of TV is it? I know you said 75-inch, but who makes it? Who makes it? I got a 55-inch over here in the den, right there along the wall. 65-inch in the family room, 45-inch upstairs, a 45-inch in the guest bedroom, and a 32-inch in my mother-in-law's room. Okay. Best Buy. That's where I got mine from too. That's where I got mine. I got mine from Best Buy. Mine are all Samsung. All 5 of my freaking TVs are Samsung. Yeah, but I love Samsung products, man. I do. I love their graphics. I love I just like Samsung. I even got a Samsung phone, man. Samsung phone. All right. Yep, there you go, man. There you go. You can't get no better than, if you can afford the best, get the best. If you can afford the best, get the best. My son was so into, like, I wouldn't say into, but he had a Lenovo TV. I think that's the name of it. He had a Vizio. He had some other off-brand names or whatever. I said, son, you got to get a Samsung. If you can afford it, and I think you can, pretty sure you can. If you can afford it, get a Samsung. He's like, Dad, they're pretty expensive. I said, I know they are. But if you can afford it, because you're gone through 5 TVs already. If you can afford it, get one that's going to last. He got one. By the way, Martin, this will make you happy. He got a 75-inch Samsung. He said, Dad, I wish I would have listened to you. I know. I did the same thing with my mom. I wish I would have listened to my mom and dad. It is. Hey, you got to go through learning curve. You got to go through learning pains. You got to go through, ups and downs. That's just life. I mean, we all think we know what we're doing, but a lot of times we don't. I'm 68 years old. I still sometimes don't know what the heck what am I doing now? Just kidding. And a lot of times you just don't know. All right. Nav, man. That ain't no T. Oh, no, I don't want to view that. That ain't no TV. There you go. Might upgrade to a Galaxy S26 Ultra. I got the S25 Ultra, but I'm going to skip the 26 and kind of hang on until 27. I would love to get the Samsung Z Fold, whatever number they're on. If they have the style, I got to have the pen. I take my notes on that for the show. I take a lot of things like that for the show, and I need that stylus. I do. I need that. And if the Z Fold ever comes back if Samsung ever brings back the stylus, the pen for the Z Fold, I'm in. Absolutely in. No doubt about it. All right. Well, that was a great little segue, or not segue, a great little diversion from from the main topics. But hey, that's what I do with the chat. The chat will take the show in any direction it wants to go within reason, Nav man, within reason. And that's what that's what we do. If it was just me doing the topics and just running through and maybe just casually bringing up the chat, it wouldn't be any fun. Wouldn't be any fun for me. I dang sure know it wouldn't be any fun for you guys, because why would you be in the chat if I'm only going to bring up one or two? Makes no sense. Are we now mentioned? Are we talking football or? I thought we were, but anyway, okay. I thought we were. All right, here we go. Now, Broncos signed a safety. Somebody else signed yesterday. Former Super Bowl MVP Von Miller has signed with the what? Oh, whew. I thought it said Denver Broncos. I was getting about ready to jump out of my seat with excitement. No, guys, not Denver Broncos. Former Super Bowl MVP Von Miller has signed with the Dallas Cowboys on a one-year deal. Miller is from Texas and has always wanted to play for Dallas. Miller, age 37, really wanted to come back to Denver, but Dallas is his second choice. My question has always been, why not the Broncos? Why not the Broncos? Now, that being said, the coach of the Cowboys said this about Von Miller. I did not necessarily want him on the team for his ability on the field, although that is very, very important. But I wanted his leadership in the locker room with the young players we have and the mindset of what it takes to be a champion and be the best. And that's why they wanted Von Miller there. Again, not so much for what he can do on the field, even though he still can bring it, but not like he used to. But his mind, the way he attacks the game, his ability to get around the edge blockers and be able to attack the quarterback. He can teach all of those things. That's the value of Von Miller. That's what I wanted in Denver. That's what I don't understand about the Broncos. Did Von Miller and Sean Payton somehow, some way have a disagreement? Well, get over it. Get freaking over it. If this guy, Von Miller, can help your team like Dallas says he can with his mind and his ability and his teaching ability, why not bring him in? What's the problem, Sean? What was the problem? Sure, Von Miller's 37 years old. Is he going to play like he did in Super Bowl 50? No. But his mind is still there. His teaching ability is still there. His knowledge of how to get the job done is still there. Sean, if this is a Sean Payton issue of an alpha, and what's that thing called? The A thing. I forget what it is. But if he's one of them guys, and he has to, it's my way or the highway. Get past it. Get over it. If this guy can help you, why not want that help? Sean, you gave up the play calling to Davis Webb. Why? Because you realized the game had passed you by calling plays with verbiage that was a mile long. Davis Webb shortened it down to where you can process it, get the same play down, but with 1/10 of the verbiage. You need to understand, Sean, yes, you are a fantastic head coach, but you need to realize that certain things have passed you by. The older you get, I'm 68 years old. There's things I can't do I used to do. My son and my wife do not want me to climb on an extension ladder anymore. Why? Because I fell off of one. Not far, about 4 feet, but I hurt myself. Sometimes you just can't do what you used to be able to do. Now, was it 100% my fault? Yeah, I kind of put the angle of the ladder kind of not angled right correctly. Okay, so things happen. My point being is, Sean, realize you can't do and coach the way you used to. You need assistance. That's why you got an assistant head coach. That's why you got offensive coordinator. That's why you got a defensive coordinator. That's why you got somebody like Von Miller who could have come in and helped out the defensive line, the pass rush, the chemistry, the way it works. No, he's going to be doing that in Dallas now, at least for this coming year. I think he signed for $5.7 million, and it can go up to $7.5 million. In I could be wrong. I can't remember the whole details. It came at me rather quick right before I started the show, and I didn't jot them down. But it's a 1-year deal. It's not super. It's not a super high contract, but like I said, he's coming in there to mentor mainly. Play a little, yes. On certain situations, yes. Mentor primarily. I'm just saying, Denver. I'm just saying. I don't understand. I don't understand why you would not have taken that chance. And I sure hope the Bronco ownership group does the right thing. And when Von Miller is ready to retire, that he signs a 1-day contract with the Broncos to retire as a Denver Bronco, who is going into the Hall of Fame. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. He's going to the Hall of Fame. If for nothing else than what he did in Super Bowl 50. I mean, holy smokes. But he will be going to the Hall of Fame. He needs to go in the Hall of Fame as a retired Denver Bronco. Not a retired Dallas Cowboy, because that ain't going to fly with me. That is not going to fly with me at all. Denver Bronco, period. Do the right thing. Do the right thing, ownership group. Do the right thing. Okay? That's all I'm asking. You've done the right things up to here, up to now. When it comes to Von Miller, make sure he retires as a Denver Bronco. All right. Let's see. Wow, chat's blown up. I got to figure out where I'm going here. Let's see. Martin says no room for Vaughn. Couldn't you make him like an assistant? Not necessarily maybe not necessarily a player, but like a mentor assistant, kind of like being on call or something. You know, what's that called? It's called not consultant, being a consultant. Is that it? Yeah, he could be a consultant. He could be paid on the consultant pay. I don't know. I'm just saying, make Von Miller a Denver Bronco to retire as a Denver Bronco. I don't care what capacity. Sign him to a 1-day contract, have him come out on the field, wave the flag, do whatever, do a cartwheel. I don't know. Do whatever. Lau, make him a Denver Bronco so he can retire as one. Dallas Cowboys? That one hurts. That one hurts a little bit. Martin says we got Todd Davis for that. Good point. Very good point. All right. I'm just saying, guys, I want him to retire a Denver Bronco. So whatever you got to do to sign him so he becomes a Denver Bronco, so he can retire as a Denver Bronco, just do it, please. When Von's ready to hang him up, just do the right freaking thing. Okay. Now, when we watch an NFL game, and we will watch one tonight, One team, usually the home team, unless you're the Cowboys, speaking of Cowboys, you wear your dark jersey. Broncos, orange or blue, okay? And the away team wears white. Or they don't? Oh, okay. Week 6 of the NFL season will be the Broncos Seahawks throwback game. Okay, so big deal. Broncos wear their throwbacks, Seahawks wear the white. Not in this game. The uniforms being worn by both teams will be different. No white away jersey for Seattle. Denver will wear their orange crush, while Seattle will wear their royal blue uniform. Wait a minute. Seattle's wearing blue? Denver's wearing orange? Orange and blue, baby. Even Seattle is helping out the Broncos with orange and blue. Just not quite the same color of blue. But hey, the thought's there. The thought's there. So there you go. But they say that's very, very rare in the NFL that both teams wear a dark jersey. One will wear a white because that signifies away, and the other wears the dark because that signifies home. Unless you're the Dallas Cowboys, who traditionally wear the white at home. I don't know why. They say they don't like the blue, but whatever. And then the away team wears their dark jersey. But everybody else who's normal will wear the dark jersey at home and the white jersey on the road. Okay? But not in week 6. So stick around, watch that game week 6. I'm wondering how that's going to look on TV though. You got blue. That's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a little different, a little interesting, but hey, it's all good. It's all good. Martin says maybe Von Miller will retire next year. Well, if he retires next year, then Denver's got to do the right thing and sign him to a one day deal so he can retire a Denver Bronco. That's only the right thing to do. That's only the right thing to do. All right, guys. We only have, told you I knew this would be a short show, not because the game is being played at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Mountain, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. That's not the main reason. Main reason is we just got just going through the topics, getting things, just a couple of different topics left. And normally I have anywhere from 10 to 12. Today, I think I had 8. Just sometimes the way it goes. All right. The NFL power rankings. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. All right. I want to get you guys' thoughts on the power rankings. If you agree or disagree, especially with the AFC West. I'm going to do the top 10 power rankings. I want all of you in the chat to comment if you would. So here we go. The NFL has come out with its power ranking pre-start of the season. I'll give the top 10 and all 4 of the AFC West teams. Here we go. Number 1, strongest, most power ranked team by the NFL. Who do you think? Seattle Seahawks, since they won the Super Bowl? Nope. LA Rams. Why? Well, they got Micah Parsons now. I mean, come on. Number 2. I'll skip over that. Number 3. Number 2. Stuart 2004 said, "What's up, man? What's up, Stuart?" He says Texans. Texans for what? In power ranking? Because we're doing power rankings. The Rams are number 1 power ranking. You say the Texans are number 2? Is that what you're saying? Before I go on to number 2? Who do you guys think is number 2? What? Martin says Broncos pregame. Oh, cool. Is now on Channel 9 Denver. So Martin, I take it that you live in Denver. Obviously, you have Mile High. So yeah. Okay, so good. Pregame show's on. I will make sure you guys have plenty of time to watch the game and still see every bit of the show. Stuart comes back and says, yes, power rankings. He says the Texans are number 2. All right. I'm going to jump over number 2 right now and go to number 3. We'll get back to that, Stuart. So hang on. I will get to that. Here we go. Number 3, Seattle Seahawks in the NFL's preseason ranking. Number 4, Philadelphia Eagles. Number 5, Buffalo Bills. Number 6, Baltimore Ravens. That's number 7's a little surprise to me. Number 7, Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars 7. Number 8 even shocks me. Number 8, according to the NFL Power Rankings, is the Cincinnati Bengals. Wait a minute. Bengals number 8? And number 10, yes, I'm skipping over 9 because 9 and 2 are connected. Number 10 is the Chicago Bears. Trey, 8798 said Jags are much lower. I think they should be much lower than 7. Now, going back to Stuart, who says that the Texans, he has the Texans as the number 2. He thinks the Texans are the number 2 power ranking according to the NFL. Well, Stuart, the Houston Texans are ranked by the NFL power ranking at number 9. Number 2 is the Denver Broncos. According to the NFL.com power rankings. Sorry about that, Stuart. But once again, number 1, Rams, 2, Denver, 3, Seattle, 4, Eagles, 5, Bills, 6, Ravens, 7, Jaguars, 8, Bengals, 9, Texans, and number 10, the Bears. Now, for the rest of the AFC West, because there was only one team named in there, and that was the Denver Broncos, number 2. So, AFC West, Denver, number 2, power ranked. Chiefs, 15. Isn't that Patrick Mahomes' number? Number 15 for the Chiefs. Chargers at number 17. And guys, where do you think the Raiders are? No, not 32. They're not the worst team in the league by the NFL power ranked, but they're close. 31st. Raiders 31st. Chargers 17. Chiefs 15. Denver 2. All right. Yeah, Stroud is a turnover machine. That is very true. Okay. Martin says ESPN is full of doot. So there you go. Well, hey, I'm only giving you what is out there. I dig for these. I dig for a lot of these topics, guys. I really do. I dig deep. And Martin says 31st, laughing his head off. You know what? I'm not sure. I really don't feel sorry for Mendoza. I really don't. I mean, look who he got drafted by. The Raiders. I don't feel sorry for him. I mean, he's making money, but he had a bad night last night, from what I hear. I didn't watch the game, but I understand it was pretty bad. So being 31st doesn't surprise me. You know who's 32nd? I didn't put it on there, but you know who's 32nd? Miami Dolphins. I mean, that is sad. Miami Dolphins 32nd, Las Vegas Raiders 31st. Hey, what can I say? Um, poor Raiders. Poor Raiders. They got Tom Brady on there. They've got they got Mendoza on there, and they're still a mess. They're still a mess, man. Daniel, what's up? I said, what's up, man? Glad you jumped in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Or the Jets. Yeah, the Jets are bad too, Martin. I agree. Speaking of Jets, they're on right now, and they're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in a preseason game. And that's why the Bronco game is not, it's live 6 o'clock Pacific time. They're not showing it on NFL Network in Southern California until 7 o'clock. Why? Because the Jets and Steelers are on the NFL Network in Southern California, and they start at 4:30. So we're not getting the Bronco game till 7. But at least we're getting it. But an hour would have already passed by. So I'm already going to know what the final score is before I watch the freaking game. Guy, that irritates me. I hate to watch games that are not not emotional, not physically live at the moment I'm watching the play. That's why, people say, well, just record the game and watch later. Why? I already know the freaking score. And I told my friend, don't text me, don't call me, don't tell me the score. I don't want nothing. All of a sudden, click, my phone's blown up. I looked at, dadgummit. God, I saw a freaking score. Now I don't want to watch the game. No, don't do that to me. Don't tell me the score of any game because I want to watch it. I want to watch it live. Like this game coming on at 7 tonight is going to drive me nuts because I already know an hour has passed. And what I'm watching isn't freaking live. Oh, it says live on the top. Yeah, bullcrap. It ain't live. Not when I'm watching it. And that irritates me. Why? Because it's not live. I want to feel like I'm part of the freaking game. I can't be part of the game when it's an hour delay. Oh, God. Thank goodness this isn't like a real football game. Well, it's real. It's not like it's fake, but it doesn't count. I mean, it counts for players who want to make, you know what I'm talking about. I'm getting all freaking flustered. Then only preseason. Oh, my gosh. I can't stand it. I don't like it. I want it to be live. I mean, I guess if I had NFL Plus, but I don't want to get it. Oh, whatever. I'll just watch an hour delayed and be all pissed off. Whatever. All right. Very fine. Very fine. Very last topic for tonight's show. Give you plenty of time to get to the game that you guys will be seeing live, but not me. I got an hour delay. California sucks. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's California. California love. No. California sucks. See, I could sing that whole. Who did that song? Tupac. California sucks. Yeah, I think that was. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna change the words of that because it does. Anyways, all of you that live in Colorado, I wish I was there too. God, I love that state. Absolutely love that state. Fort Collins is my favorite little town there. Absolutely love Fort Collins. The Garden of the Gods was fantastic. The Raptor Center in Fort Collins was so much cool to go to. Got the tour of Mile High Stadium. That was fantastic. We were back there in 2017. Seems like yesterday, guys. Seems like yesterday. And man, I miss Colorado. Love. And that drive back to Southern California from the I-70 going west. Oh, right along that Colorado River and through the Eisenhower Tunnel. Oh, my gosh. You talk about God's green earth. Oh, just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful drive. Absolutely. That's the most beautiful drive I've ever been on in my life. Seriously. Most beautiful drive ever. I-70 is like amazing how they did that Eisenhower Tunnel. I'll never understand. That was a engineering genius for sure. All right. The mountains. There you go. Oh, there you go. Wait a minute. Martin says, come back to Denver. Things will change come November. Yeah, I bet. Oh, I was there in November. It was November. It was Thanksgiving week in 2017 is when I was there, Martin, my wife and I and our friends. And we couldn't go the I-70 to Denver. We had to go the 40 and then up to 25. It was on Sunday, and it was a game that the Broncos lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. Pissed me off. Just pissed me off. Anyway, lost to the Cincinnati Bengals that day. And that was Sunday, the week before Thanksgiving in 2017. And then we drove home on Friday. Left Friday at 9 in the morning to come home after Thanksgiving that Friday, and got back into Southern California on Saturday around midnight. Yep, it was awesome, man. We took the I-70 all the way home. Well, not all the way, because I-70 drops into the 15. I believe it's a 15. Anyway, that was a beautiful drive. Just absolutely gorgeous drive. I got to come back. I got to come back. I got to go back to Colorado. I got to go back to Colorado. Rick in Brown Bag says mountains. Absolutely mountains, man. Love Colorado Rockies. The Rocky Mountains. Oh, the sunsets, the sunrises. Oh, I've got pictures of the sunsets and the sunrise. It just don't get no better than that, guys. You guys who live in Colorado are absolutely blessed. I mean, blessed. Seriously. People say, oh, Southern California, you got the sunshine. Yeah, it's 104 degrees. And I'm not saying it doesn't get hot everywhere. Man, I love Colorado. I love the seasons. I love the season. Okay, I was only there for a week. I get it. But it's okay. My heart is in Colorado. I'm going to tell you guys, when we were coming up the 40, we got to 40, we got out of Albuquerque, going up to I-25, going into Trinidad and all them lower. Anyways, when we crossed into Colorado and said, welcome to Colorado, I'm not kidding you guys. I am not kidding you. I was that John Denver song. Rocky Mountain High. He was coming. How's that go? He was born here in the summer of his 27th year, coming home to a place he'd never been before. I'd never been to Colorado. But when we crossed that line that said, welcome to Colorado, I felt home. I really, really, really did feel home. I really did. I looked at my wife and I said, oh my gosh. And she's like, what? What's wrong? I said, I feel at home. I feel home. I really feel home. And I did. And I miss it so much. I really do. I mean, I miss it. That was 9 years ago. And I miss it like it was yesterday. Oh, golly, I miss it. All right. Nostalgia time's over. All right. Back to the last topic of the show, guys. We'll wrap this up so you guys can get your food, your drinks, whatever you're going to do. Getting ready to watch that Bronco game. We will definitely get into that. Martin said you left in 2002. Where are you now? You left what? You left. Well, hang on. Better get out of California while you can. Oh, you left in 2002 to go to Colorado. I wish I would have. I wish I would have stayed in 2017 when we were there. I wish I would have just said to my wife, you know what? Screw this, man. We're going to stay here. You know, but yeah, we got to sell the house and do all this stuff here and all that kind of stuff. We're going to do that. Plus, we got grandkids here. We got our son, daughter-in-law. It's you know, it's all we know is here. It's all we know is here. But hey, my heart is in Colorado. Absolutely in Colorado. Whoa, back up. Trey 8798 says, what's your Broncos record prediction this season? I'm not going to give that out just yet because I want to see how the preseason wraps up. Want to see a couple of different things that the Broncos are going to do or are doing or planning to do, whatever. I will give that prediction at the week before the first game of the season. How's that? The bye week show, I will give my prediction for the Denver. I will go down the whole schedule. I will give all my my wins, losses, and all that for the upcoming season. All right. So stay tuned, Trey. I will definitely do that in the bye week. I will make a note for sure and make that a priority. How's that? Fair enough? I hope so. Thank you so much, man. Have your water hoses ready for sure. Talking about California, there's been fires all over the place. Well, Colorado's had fires too. That is extremely sad in those ski resort areas and all those that's so sad. Whether it's ski resort or it's wildlife, it's sad. Wildlife is wildlife. I feel sorry for them. I really do. They're scared. They're scared to death. And it's unfortunate that a lot of them do die in the fires. It's really, really, really sad. All right. Now, very last topic of the show. Here it is. I want you guys' thoughts on this as well. The NFL has always loved the idea of football abroad, meaning outside the country. Well, they got 7 games this year. One of them's in Australia, which is stupid. It's of Rams and somebody. Australia, they got to lead the day before the game. 2 days before the game because they lose a day. Then when they come back, they gain a day. It's all jacked up. Anyways, well, Roger Goodell has come out and said, and I quote, "We are working on a plan to put an NFL team in another country," end quote. Huh? Okay. All right. I know we're going to Australia this year, which is preposterous, which is really stupid. Way, way, way too far. Ridiculous. I know we have games that we've scheduled in Mexico, England, Germany, Italy, France. And I think that's it. Okay. So if the NFL is going to put a team in another country, what country makes the most sense? Canada and Mexico. Why? Because they border our country. You don't have to fly 18 hours to get someplace and have jet lag that lasts about a year and a half. You don't have that. Maybe an 8-hour flight to Mexico City or something like that, or 7, not 18. Where's the next game going to be, on the motherfucking moon? I mean, think about it, guys. I know I'm being way out there when I said the moon, but seriously, Australia is ridiculous. Why are we doing this? Well, we gotta broaden the NFL market. Yeah, we already do that. Hello, people in Australia watch the NFL. People in Mexico watch the NFL. People in England watch the NFL. That's why when there's games there, they have fans with jerseys on because they support. They watch. Doesn't mean we have to put a freaking NFL team there. Why are we doing this? What is next? Every single team's going to have an out of the country game. And then what happens if you have a team in Australia? They have to fly to the United States 8 times. So what do? Fly 1 time over and have 8 away games? And then they fly home and they have 8 consecutive 8 home games? This is stupid. This is literally stupid. Goodell, have you lost your freaking mind? Okay, Canada, make it Canada. Make it Toronto. Make it Quebec. Make it Vancouver. Make it British Columbia. Make it Edmonton. Don't make it Australia. What the heck is wrong with you? England? That's a freaking long flight. 8-10 hours, okay, maybe that's doable. But do you really want a team in England when it's better in Canada and Mexico? They're right next door. Doesn't that make more sense? Holy cow, I am so glad the Broncos don't have an out-of-the-country game. I hate those things. And another thing, if you got a team based in Australia, what time do we watch it in the United States? 3:00 in the morning, live? 1:00? This is stupid. As it is when the games are in England, the game starts in Southern California at 6 a.m. Oh, wait a minute. What if you live in Hawaii and you're a big fan of the NFL and the game starts at 6:00 in California? It starts at 3:00 in Hawaii in the morning. Do you see how stupid this is? But you know why Goodell loves it? Because of the money. Has nothing to do with the fans. He's trying to get as many outside fans as he can because he's already saturated the American fan. He's saturated the American fan. We got football Monday. We have football on Thursday. We have football on Saturday. Sometimes we have football on Sunday and Sunday night. The American public is saturated. And that's what he wants. And that's what we love too. But going outside the country on a permanent basis, I don't get it. I don't get it from the standpoint of travel. They always try and make the games close so that you don't have to travel as far. Hello? Now you want to travel further? A potential 8 times a year? Other than the money factor, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just saying, guys. Am I wrong? Give me comments. Am I wrong? Am I not seeing something that you guys are seeing? All right. Let me go back in the chat because you guys are blowing this thing up, which is fantastic. Let's see. Here we go. Trey nailed it. Trey. You get the nail. You get the exclamation point, buddy. You nailed it. Trey says, I don't like it. Exclamation point. Football is America's game. Bingo. End of discussion. Football is America's game. Absolutely. They got soccer. And people say, yeah, well, American, we got soccer over here. Yeah, but not to the same level they do. Okay? I mean, there's Australian rugby. That's kind of like football. Let them keep the rugby. We don't bring rugby over here and put rugby into our sports. Come on, guys. Why does Roger Goodell and the NFL have to be so freaking greedy? They're going to overkill this game. They literally are going to overkill this game. You can't saturate it to the point of choking it out. You can't. At some point in time, people are going to just go, like, what do they do with baseball sometimes? Oh, 162 games. Hey, you going to watch the games? No, man, I got something to do. There's 162 games. I'll catch it down the road. If they start adding more games outside of the country, where you got to wake up at dark 30 at 1:00 in the morning to watch your game live, people aren't going to do it. They're just not going to do it. They may record it, but they'll skip through all the commercials you want them to see. Don't you get it, Goodell? Think about it. Think about what you're talking about. I'm telling you. I'm not getting up at 1:00 in the morning a freaking Bronco game if it's played in freaking Australia. I'm not doing it. As it is, I get up at 6 in the morning to watch the game if it's in Europe. Thank goodness not this year. But I don't like it. I get up at 4:00 in the morning to go to work at the golf course 4 days a week, Wednesday through Saturday. Tomorrow's my Saturday. So I get up at dark 30. I don't want to get up dark 30 every year when I don't have to. Anyways, just saying. All right. I continue on with the chat. Let's see. Mr. Jax, what is up, man? What's happening? Glad you jumped in the chat. Thank you so much. Trey says, give Alabama, Kentucky, or New Mexico a team before another country. There you go. There you go. Another great statement, Trey. Another great statement. Give Alabama, Kentucky, or New Mexico a team before another country. I absolutely second that 100%. Absolutely. No doubt about it. That would be fantastic. Down the south in Alabama, you got Crimson Tide down there in college going crazy. Then you bring an NFL team in there. Oh, man, it'd be great. Kentucky, got the Kentucky. Are they the Blue Devils? Kentucky Blue Devil. What am I thinking of? Kentucky Wildcat. No, Kentucky Wildcats. Yeah, that'd be great. Put an NFL team down there. That'd be fantastic. New Mexico, you got the Lobos in college. I mean, New Mexico may go well, maybe, because you've got the Arizona. You got the Arizona Cardinals right there, right next door to New Mexico. So I'm not sure that would fly too well because New Mexico does bring in, or I should say, Arizona does bring in fans from New Mexico. Colorado brings in fans from New Mexico. So I'm not sure that one will work. I think Kentucky or Alabama would work better because they're more in the South and they're not right next door. I mean, they kind of are, but they really have a very, very strong college presence. And I think that would bode well for an NFL franchise team. Absolutely. I would like to see one in both of them, an NFL team in Alabama and an NFL team in Kentucky. That would be fantastic. It'd be great. Absolutely great. I think that would just really be fun. Really, really be fun, especially when the NFL kicks off and college is right there and you got that college atmosphere and the pro atmosphere. Yeah, I think that's I'm going to bring that one back up again. Trey, thank you so much, man. That was awesome. Alabama, Kentucky, not so much New Mexico as far as I'm concerned. Alabama, Kentucky, I think that would work really, really, really well. Really well. All right. Let's see. All right. Opening game is on Wednesday for what, Martin? Opening games on Wednesday for what? College opening games Wednesday? Or am I wrong? Is that what you're alluding to? Is that opening day for college is on a Wednesday? Is this Wednesday? Kickoff 15 minutes for the Denver Broncos. I knew it. Kickoff in 15 minutes. How can that be? Oh, it is 15 minutes. All right, guys. We are going to wrap up this show so that you guys can get to the Bronco game. And before we do, I want to hit the chat real quick to bring up the people who have taken the time to be in the chat. Going to go down it really, really quickly. I promise I will get you out here before kickoff time. Weston Yates kicked it off, said hi. I said, what's going on? We had greetings from Russia. Says happiness and goodness to you. Thank you so much again, Russia, for jumping in. Really, really do appreciate it. Absolutely. Rudy Torres, my brother-in-law from South Carolina. Thank you so much. Jumps in and says, hey, buddy, I'm here. Martin Mile High, thank you so much for your comments. Really do appreciate them. Very, very good insight and comments. We had Navman. Thank you so much, Navman, for jumping in. Really do appreciate it. We've got, as we go down the list, we got Stewart. Thank you so much for your comments. Sorry the Texans were number 9 and not number 2 in your expectation. But, hey, that's sometimes the way it goes. I didn't make it up. That's the NFL.com. Trey, 8798, thank you so much for your comments and great, great comments. I mean, great comments. All you guys in the chat had some great, great comments. Really do appreciate each and every one. Rankin Bowman Brown, thank you so much for chiming in. Really appreciate it. Each and every one of you, like I said, Mr. Jacksman, thank you so much. All you guys have been fantastic, like always. Can't say enough about what you guys mean to the show, what you mean to me for being in here, for your support each and every week. Please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification button so you know when we go live. Like today, we went at 4:30 instead of 5 o'clock. So guys, do that. It takes just a moment of your time, costs you nothing, but means everything to the show, means everything to continue to do what I love to do, and that is bring these different topics to you each and every week. All right, guys, We're going to get out of here so you guys can go to the game. Yes? Oh, so you guys can go to the game. Until next Friday night, guys, have yourself a very, very fantastic rest of your evening. Let's go Broncos. Let's win this game. Bo Nix's debut in 2026. Till next Friday, guys, have a fantastic evening. Bye-bye. One. I don't know, as many times.
Okay, money's in the account, correct?
It will be in a minute. 1, 2.